With our meteorologist, Adam McWilliams, and our chief meteorologist, Kendra Kent. So, Kendra, let's begin with you here, the latest track of this forecast and the system that's hopefully now moving out.
It is, and all of the moisture we're dealing with right now, very light. We're going to check in with Adam, who's outside, just a second on conditions, because we have a lot of ice accumulation across the upstate. We're not dealing with ice storm conditions, but we are seeing just enough where it's going to cause issues with roads, and we've seen a few spotty power outages because of it too. But again, this is all very light, and what's coming down right now is going to be shifting east pretty quickly with time. And you can see the heaviest moisture. This is what was causing all the grief earlier, has now shifted east of Columbia. So we've just got a little bit of light action on the back side. So we've got light freezing rain, a little bit of sleet in some spots, and even some plain rain just south of Greenwood. So ice impacts, a glaze about a 1/4 inch possible in some areas, and most of that has been noted down south toward Greenwood and Abbeville. We've had about a 1/10 to about 1/1500ths of an inch around the Greenville area. Spotty power outages can't be ruled out, some tree damage, and of course that driving danger. And this is what looks like rain, but falls and creates that glaze of ice on bridges, overpasses, and anything that's raised, like all of our cars in the parking lot, you know, just they get sealed shut basically from the ice. And as a look at who has seen that ice, we've seen around a 1/4 inch in Greenwood, 2/10 in Abbeville. So these are the areas that were impacted the most. Anderson, Lawrence, not nearly as much at GSP. So around right on 85 and north, we haven't seen as much ice, but Pumpkin Town about a 1/10 of an inch, downtown Greenville, a little over that. As we take a live look again in Clemson, notice that temperatures hold steady overnight. We're going to have some sleet and freezing rain through the 11 o'clock hour, and then we should see things dry out so that by tomorrow morning, we're looking at much improved conditions, except for the fact that before about 10 to 11 a.m., we're going to have some patchy ice on the road. So be extra careful if you have to be out in the morning, because that all the stuff that melted today could easily refreeze, especially on those bridges and overpasses as we go into the late night hours. And for more on that, I want to pitch it over to First Alert meteorologist Adam McWilliams, who is outside on our weather deck taking a look at conditions, because I know we've seen a lot of ice accumulation out there, some slush on the deck as well, and even some light freezing rain still falling. Right?
That's right, Kendra. Yeah, and really this is slushy. It's not really freezing all that much, and you can see right here on the deck, just kind of slushy snow that's been left over from this afternoon. Want to show you what we're talking about by this freezing rain. See the chair right here, and you see all the icicles on it? This is what freezing rain is. It's liquid until it hits the surface. The surface is below freezing, and then it instantly freezes, and it creates kind of a light glaze, and that's what we're kind of seeing on these elevated surfaces. And even right here on some of the plants, you can see a little bit of a light glaze right there. And up in the trees as well, we haven't seen a whole lot of trees being weighed down across Greenville, Spartanburg, as probably down in our southern counties where you're getting close to more of a 1/4 inch of ice. Here we've had 5/100ths of an inch to about a 1/10 of an inch of ice. So that's nuisance. It will cause slippery surfaces like bridges and some of those overpasses, but we're not too concerned about trees breaking, limbs breaking and snapping and causing power outages right now. And temperatures have not really fallen all that much either. Right now we're 30, and as temperatures stay right around 29, 30, 31 degrees, I think things remain more slushy than freezing hard. So I do think that the roads, the main passageways, the interstates, the highly traveled secondary roads, those will be okay for the most part. Still need to slow down, still need to watch out as you come across bridges. Some of the less traveled, more rural roads, that's where you're probably going to have some problems with that ice developing. And of course, when this stops, temperatures, I do think, will fall a couple more degrees tonight, and that will refreeze anything that is kind of semi-frozen on the roads right now. So that's why we are concerned with black ice in the morning, and that's going to be the concern at least for the next couple of mornings around here. But as of right now, things are pretty much status quo as they were about 2 hours ago. But for now, we'll send it back to the news desk.
Thank you, and we're keeping